In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's number one D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM, Alex. With me today, I have
Dash as Wolf.
Bentley Michaels as Rafirian Night Meadow.
You got your red as Arthur there.
Caleb is Scary Telbrin.
And Milo is Ball.
And last we left our adventurers. They were uncovering the secrets of the giant mech in the desert. The party split up. 3 of them went out to track down an escaped prisoner. The other 2 stayed to study with their old friend Julia. Let the adventure begin.
Live in stereo. It's Chaotic Amateurs.
That's right. So starting off, we will continue down underneath this ancient petrified tree. Wolf, you have your radiant weapon out and are able to illuminate the tunnel, and as you go down, and as a note, I would say that the guards are happy to volunteer as lookouts outside of the dungeon. So
Okay.
they're gonna stay out there and feel pretty safe out there. But as you descend down this kind of dark, sandy tunnel, kind of go down, it spirals off, probably down about 40 feet before opening up into a small chamber. And you see the walls are made of a similar material to the petrified tree above, this kind of army green, faded gray color of just large, what looks like large roots make up the outside of this small chamber. In the center of it is a silver saucer, maybe about 3 feet across, with a little bit of water in it.
I thought you were going to say it's filled with milk. Because
No
I'm
milk.
a cat.
You were hoping it was, and you kind of
Yeah.
like get up to it and get your paws up and look down, and it's just water.
Do I smell anything funny in this cavern?
Yeah, if everyone gives me a perception check as you kind of step in and take in the surroundings.
Does Ollie get one?
If you want to have Ollie do one, yeah.
19?
19, okay.
15.
15 for Wolf.
I think it's 15 for me. Yeah, 15 for me and 4 for Ollie.
For Ollie, okay. You kind of take in the surroundings. You're taking a look at the walls made of this petrified wood. It's mostly kind of sand at the bottom that's filled up, but the saucer itself is sitting on a stone platform that goes below. You kind of feel the walls, and nothing jumps out at you as being terribly interesting. Scory, as you're kind of looking around and trying to figure out what's the point of this odd little chamber underneath this petrified tree, when you go to take a look at that saucer of water, as you kind of look down into it, you see the reflection in the water of the wall ahead of you that's kind of opposite the entrance. And there's not a wall there, but an archway that goes further in. And you look up and you see the wall, and it's there, but the reflection of it, you see the archway.
I'm going to scratch Wolf's ankle and start to walk towards where I saw the opening in the wall. Ow.
All right. Yeah, you walk up to that opening in the wall. You're standing in front of it. Looks like it's solid in front of you.
I'm going to take a a leap of faith, like Indiana Jones.
All right. Wolf, you have the cat kind of scratch you and fall over, and this kind of scory cat just looks at this wall in front of you and just leaps forward and disappears behind the wall.
Oh shit. Does Arthur see this too?
Yeah. Arthur and Ollie, you kind of notice this as you're looking around.
Then I'll beckon Arthur over to the wall, and then I'll jump through.
All right. You jump through the wall and find yourself in a small, now illuminated tunnel with a cat.
I send Ollie through first to tell me what's on the other side, and I assume he tells me it's safe, and then I'll go through.
Yep. Ollie goes through and lets you know that it's just those two on the other side, and you enter in this other kind of small chamber. This goes down about 25 feet, and it opens up into a larger chamber. You see to your right and left are two hallways that lead down. In front of you is another silver saucer, silver bowl. The floor in here and the walls are all made of stone and not that same petrified wood. And you notice across from you is 5 different empty bookcases, each of them made of varying materials and craftsmanship. There's like a simple wooden case. There's an elegant dwarven stone bookcase, a fine elven one that looks like it's just really short, but has a lot of small places to put books, and another one that's kind of has a lock and a glass on the front of it. You've got these 5 different bookcases there, and the 2 hallways to your left and right.
I want to take a look at in the silver platter like last time.
Yeah, you take a look and looks empty.
No water?
No water in this one.
Do any of you have water? I want to, I guess, swat at Wolf's ankle and indicate towards the plate. Like I want him to put something in there.
So I look at the saucer, and I'll pull out a canteen of water, and I'll pour that in.
Okay. You're able to get a little water in there, and it's raises up. You've got a canteen of water in the saucer bowl.
And
does the reflection show anything?
Give me a perception check.
Both of us, or
if you'd like to take one too, yeah, that's fine.
That's a natural 1.
Natural 1.
Hey!
So which I think in this, since it's like a magical area, it's reversed. So it's actually that's like a same as.
That's
20.
true. Yeah, I remember that.
I'll check the rules. I'll check the rules on that.
I had a.
Me too, but
I had a 12.
12. Okay. Taking a look, you kind of do that same thing. You're trying to find if there's another illusion that's being hidden by this. Nothing catches your eye. It doesn't seem like it's not revealing anything the same way the one was above.
Can I sniff the air to see if at least our guy is down here?
I would say the check from before is still carrying over. You were able to get a scent that it was down here. You're still getting that scent.
Okay.
Directionality is tough down here though.
Okay.
Looks like they've spent some time down here before and now, so it's tough to just nail down.
So there's just like 4 bookcases in here, and is there anything in them?
There's 5 different bookcases. None of them have anything on them. They're
just empty?
Completely empty. Yeah.
Privileged dwarven architecture over here.
Okay, can I inspect them and see if there's anything, I don't know, special about them, or?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
While he's doing that, I want to nervously pace around the silver disc to see if anything changes.
It's a 16.
16. You take a look. You kind of move some of the bookcases to look behind them. They move easily enough. You open up the one that's got kind of the door on the front of it. You're able to pick up the small one and just move it wherever you'd like. Nothing jumps out at you about any of these bookcases. They all seem absolutely mundane. As you're kind of taking a look around, if you want to give me an investigation check on that saucer.
Yep. 13.
That's good enough. Underneath the saucer, you do notice there's kind of carve outs. There's 2 arrows that kind of point down the hallways to your left and right.
One in each direction?
Yeah.
And if I look up immediately above those arrows, do I see a reflection or anything in the bottom of the silver? You know what I mean?
It doesn't look like there's anything on the saucer itself that corresponds to those arrows. These are kind of like in the space where it's set. They're just underneath that, where it's kind of set into the stone.
I want to line myself up with one of those arrows, I guess, and look in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll say the one that's from the entrance going off to the right. You look down, and it's a hallway that leads down, and there's an odd kind of purple glow at the end of the hallway. Some other chamber at the end of the hallway there.
And looking in the other end?
The other direction is dark. Without a light source, you're not able to tell what's down there.
Yeah, I'm just going to be sniffing around the floor for a bit, I think.
All right.
Waiting for basically someone else to make a call.
Mm-hmm. Arthur, Wolf, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I do feel it's particular maybe that there's not water down here since there was water up there.
And I would probably
it.
get somebody's attention about those arrows. Just point them out.
Yeah, easily enough to identify.
Mr. Wolf, you see these arrows over here?
Yes. What about them?
I don't know. They're just arrows. Cast point, I guess.
All right. Yeah, okay. How do we get out of this room?
Anything behind all the bookshelves? Should we move the bookshelves? Should we turn the saucers like a giant steering wheel?
Possibly. We could try that.
I meow to get some attention and just indicate towards the purple glow down the one hall.
Oh. There's a purple glow on down there.
Okay, I go towards the purple glow.
All right. You start heading down the hallway that's off to the right, and you get about 20, 30 feet down, and you notice this odd purple glow is coming from a mix of different mushrooms that are growing down here along the edge of the wall and in this chamber itself. As you get to the end, there is these tall red mushrooms that are glowing, and these kind of short, fat blue mushrooms that are glowing. And you enter in, and it's just a damp kind of cave in here. Across from you as you enter is a square stone set into the wall across from the entrance.
Okay, I go to the square stone and I push on it.
All right, you kind of push on it, and it lights up a little bit with this odd kind of purple color, and then just fades. It doesn't give it all, but...
Okay, I really push on it.
Give me a strength check.
That's a 21.
21. Yeah, you push hard on this thing. You see it kind of glows that purplish color in here, and you notice one of the red mushrooms that's next to you pops, and then just kind of the spores of it just float down to the bottom of the cave floor.
Okay. Is there no other exit or way out of here or other hallway?
Taking a look around, you've got a light source up. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's a dead end.
Eat one of the red mushrooms, Mr. Wolf.
Well, okay.
I eat one of the red mushrooms.
Give me a Constitution saving throw. They're pretty big. You have to get a chunk of it, and you take a bite of it.
I lend the help action.
What does that get me?
I don't think you can help with a Constitution saving throw.
I rub his back while he's barfing everywhere.
Yeah.
That's going to be an 8.
You're an 8. You feel a little queasy, but doesn't seem like these are poisonous. At least not right away.
That's another win for Wolf.
Tastes a bit spicy.
Okay.
Now
all right.
push on
Well. Ooh, now I push on it. Ooh, that's good. Okay. Yeah. Now I push on it with the mushroom in my system.
All right. Give me another strength check.
This is it.
Is there any writing on that stone?
You don't notice any writing. No.
Any runes?
It's a 13.
13. You push on it, and there's another one of those red mushrooms that kind of bulges a little bit, but then stops bulging.
Okay, so when you push in the stone hard enough, it pops one of the mushrooms.
Apparently, it makes the mushrooms swell, if you know what I mean.
Can I pull on the stone?
Yeah, give it a try.
It doesn't go anywhere.
What if
looks
we twist
it's
it?
set into the wall.
What if we bop it?
Turn it.
Pull it.
Pass it.
It doesn't seem to react. No, looks like the batteries might be dead or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
But yeah, no, this it's just solidly set into that wall.
All right.
What other color mushrooms are there?
There is the red tall ones and then the blue short ones.
Okay,
Combine
I eat a blue short one.
Ooh, that's a Constitution saving throw.
That one's a 12.
A 12.
That's not that bad.
That's not bad.
A
Yeah,
little
that's
better.
fine. That's fine enough. You don't feel queasy at all. This one's a little minty. Kind of has a cooling effect almost.
So that one's big red, and this one's fucking wintergreen.
Yeah.
I turn to the others and I go,
Ugh, guys, I should probably stop eating these mushrooms.
What is there any sign of the spores? Or are they just now in the air?
Looks like most of the debris from the mushroom it just fell onto the floor of the cavern.
Can I smell it?
Smells a little spicy.
Does it tell me anything?
It doesn't tell you much other than
Am
that
I
it's-
one with the universe or something?
No.
You're not that lucky.
is there any other stone plate around like this one?
Give me an investigation check. You saw this one as you came in. It was just directly across.
God, we're down.
And what is it growing on? Is it just earth?
12.
12. Taking a look around the mushrooms are just growing on the stone itself. You see where the one popped and tried to find maybe if there was any roots or anything underneath. No roots. It was coming right out of the stone, which you would notice is odd. Most mushrooms don't do that. Taking a look around, there's no other inset tiles. There's probably about 5 now of these red mushrooms and about a dozen of the blue. Beyond that, nothing catches your eye.
So when you said there's far fewer of the red ones, is it like somebody had harvested the red ones, or there just happens to be fewer growing?
Maybe they get popped.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any harvesting that took place. You don't see any evidence of that. But there's definitely fewer of the red ones. They seem to be very tall, is their main difference.
Oh, well, we got into a dungeon with too many puzzles, boys. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is puzzles, man. You were hoping for enemies down here. Much harder.
Dash's favorite dungeon, puzzles.
Well, y'all, any idea? Should we go back up to the other room? Should we... Talking to the kitty cat, Mr. Wolf over here.
Ollie, what about you? God darn it.
Oh man, this is a weird place.
All right, you got any idea where to go?
That way. And he points to the hallway you haven't gone down. I mean, if we haven't been there, then, I mean, I don't know where else to go. I haven't been here, personally.
Look at that. Look
I've
at what
not
the
made
little
any sort
one
of
thinks.
vacations out here or anything like that.
All right, let's go check out the next room.
Okay. He just starts flying down the hallway.
Are we going to wait for him to recon, or do we follow?
I'm kind of following, but yeah, I'm definitely letting him like zoom ahead. He can fly
Okay.
pretty fast, so.
Wait, one next room. I thought this cave was a dead end.
No, there's a hallway.
Back to where you saw the bookcases. There's one that goes.
Oh,
up
there's
to-
another hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you go back to the room with the bookcases there. Ollie's kind of gone down the other hallway that's in here. As you're passing by, I would say, Scory, you notice this being low. You notice that arrow that was pointing toward the mushroom cave.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a light blue color to it.
I scratch Wolf's ankle and point to the glowing arrow.
It's light blue.
It's a glowing what now? Mushroom?
It's this arrow that's kind of pointing towards that mushroom cavern, and it has this hint of blue glowing off of it,
Because you took the blue mushroom, Mr. Wolf.
which is
Forgot
different than
about
it looked before when Scory had investigated it.
I wonder if we have to get both arrows lit up before we can.
Probably. So we continue down the hallway that we haven't gone down yet before we get hung up on another.
Yeah, all right, we'll come back to this. Let's go down that other hallway real quick.
Did anything change with the bookcases? Are there books in there now or anything?
Not that you notice. No,
Okay.
no changes. They're as you left them. No books. You make your way down the other hallway, though. It goes down about 30, 40 feet. And as you kind of illuminate it, it's this massive crevasse in front of you that goes off to the left, off to the right, and then deep down. Across from it is a small platform. Not a platform, not somewhere you could stand, but kind of like an alcove cut in the wall. And you see two massive stone inserts on the left and right, and then another smaller one directly in front of you, similar to the one you saw in the mushroom cavern. This large one on the left, anyone that is trained in Arcana would recognize as the symbols of magic. It's the magic wheel, which is common in most arcane iconography. On the right is this same size, but it's just four blocks, each with a different symbol on them, all kind of clustered together.
Can I take a look at the symbols?
Yeah, you can. It's about a 10-foot gap between you, but from here you can take a look at the symbols. I would say from your study, you would know immediately that these are the elemental symbols. So there's
Okay.
one for air, one for earth, one for fire, and one for water.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's a way I can communicate to y'all.
Yeah, be a
Just
human.
turn back into a fucking half orc, but
Like it was like, yeah, just stop being a cat. Yes.
But it's fun.
Gosh, I wonder if there's some way I could speak words, but I just
It costs a bonus action though. I don't know.
gotta keep being a cat.
Yeah, so I'm staying a cat.
All right.
I'm letting him shoot your stupid next time. I'm letting him just take you down.
I'm kidding. I'll
Familiar.
pop out of cat form. It's
Okay.
a little unsettling.
shot.
And I say, "Hey, bozos, there are the elements over here."
Yeah, we actually figured that out. You didn't have to turn back.
Yeah,
here.
we knew that. You didn't have to change.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll go back to a cat. I get bullied either way, so we might as well have some fun. Nah, I'll stay. I'm gonna stay, Scory.
You can go back to a cat. It's totally fine. We don't care.
No, don't waste your fucking.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Okay, so we clearly have to blast it with a spell. of the appropriate thing, and it'll light up.
Is that what we're really thinking?
I don't know, Miss Chilburn, shoot a magical spell.
Well, what about this other one? Mr. Wolf, you had a little bit of luck pressing things.
Should I
try
press?
pressing things?
Yeah, I'll try. I'm gonna try pressing things.
All right, what do you want to press?
That I don't know.
His advantage.
You've got kind of like an
His
inlaid symbol of the different schools of magic on your left, and on the right you have 4 inset blocks of the different
Of the
elements.
elements.
Yeah.
Well, I'm useless here. I don't have any magic.
Press on one and see what happens.
No, I'm not gonna be your guys'
Science,
guinea
Mr.
pig.
Wolf. For science, Mr. Wolf. If Mr. Ball was here, you'd be showing off.
Anyone would like to make an investigation or perception
That's
check
true.
as you're taking a look at this? You
Like
can.
science.
Definitely.
And what was on the other side? 15 feet, you
Mm.
said? It was like 15 foot.
Crevice.
Yeah,
directly
it's you're kind of on you're in the tunnel, and then across from you is this giant crevice, and then you've got these 3 inlaid structures on the wall across from you.
Does there happen to be a magic symbol for whooping ass?
There might
I-
It's that one there.
That would apply to me then. I whoop ass.
Okay, I'll push in one of the schools of magic.
Okay. Which one do you want to press? There's kind of a set for 8 different ones. Your north, south, northwest, northeast directions.
I lean over to Arthur and say, "Boy, he's really going for it," and take a couple steps back.
I don't know, the one that looks the coolest to Wolf.
Looks the coolest to Wolf. Okay. I think that would be the north eastern one. That one looks pretty cool.
Okay, I push that one in.
All right. How are you going to push it in? It is across a chasm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jump.
I mean, you can use something to press it. I just want to know what you're using.
I guess, can I find a long device of some kind? Like a long pole or...
I think you've got
You have-
javelins and a spear.
You have your magical spear thing.
I don't want to throw my magical spear. Okay, I'll just throw a javelin at it.
All right. Give me an attack roll then. See if you hit where you're trying to hit.
Does that magical spear return?
Yeah.
To
With a bonus action.
Oh, it does.
That's a 26.
26. Yeah, you hit it straight on. You hit it that kind of northeast, that corner on the top right, and it sticks into it and like gets into like one of the cracks and actually stays and just kind of wiggles back and forth. But nothing happens.
All right.
Actually, I would say after a moment, you do notice on the right the symbol for fire kind of lights up briefly and then dissipates.
There you go.
Interesting.
So we have to hit all 8 at the same time. Or maybe we just press all 4 of these at the same time. Ollie, why don't you go ahead and fly on over there and you start pressing all the buttons and whatever.
All
There
right.
you go.
Yeah.
So he's going to go ahead over and you press the one on the left. He's going to press the ones on the right. He's just going to do a random one. Okay. And he presses the one for water, is the element for water. And he presses that. And it kind of glows a little bit and then comes back and kind of turns to you guys like, is that good? Did I do it? And you notice the stone inset, similar to the one in the mushroom cave, glows, emits a light down the hallway past you all, and then goes dark again. And as you look down the hallway, you notice that symbol underneath the saucer is glowing a bright blue now.
Hmm.
And the saucer itself is glowing.
Oh. Guys, I think we did something, and I want to run back to that room.
Okay. You head back. You see the saucer glowing. You see the arrow pointing towards the room you just came from. It's glowing brightly. You see the one across from it is still that faint blue.
I relay all that.
So that did that.
Guys, I'm gonna go nibble on some mushrooms. I want to check something out.
I roll to solve.
If you'd like to give me an investigation check, you absolutely can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if you want to roll to solve, I'd say that's how it works for me. You know.
Oh, dang.
If
16.
your character might know something.
I don't think I figured anything out.
You are sitting in that main chamber with the bookcases, and you kind of look down past where you just came from, that light that came through. You notice, you remember it was the water symbol that activated it. You don't know if that was random or not. It did have a blue color though.
Okay.
Blue mushroom.
Blue mushroom,
Yeah, you're
lights, blue
not
symbol, water in the saucers
Perhaps maybe we could put blue mushroom in the saucer.
with some water.
It's already got some water in it. I'll go run and
Yeah, go grab a blue mushroom and let's do some science.
Grab a few.
Okay. I'm gonna grab some of each, but I'm only gonna put the blue ones in.
Okay,
Whatever,
so what are
hurry
you
up.
doing in the mushroom room?
Oh no.
Just grab the blue mushrooms. This
Yeah,
isn't a trick.
Well, it probably is. I would take 2 of each color.
Okay.
And I would just use my machete, but I'm gonna try to not hack at it. I don't want to be violent about it. I just want to see if I could just push the blade through, like an actual mushroom knife.
So you head down. You kind of chop down 2 of the red mushrooms pretty easily, and as you cut them, they just lose all solidity and just kind of fall. You can grab the mush that they make below, but that's up to you. But the stalk itself is gone.
Dang. Okay. I guess I'm moving on with the blue.
Go to the blue and you try and kind of grab it and cut underneath. And you're able to cut. But when it cuts all the way, and you would imagine it's going to, maybe do something similar to the red one. Instead, you feel this sense of cold and this iciness, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as the whole mushroom begins to solidify with ice.
Oh boy.
Okay. What's the Song of Ice and Fire in this bitch?
What was the roll?
Constitution.
That would be an 11.
An 11. You take 9 cold damage as you harvest this one. Arthur and Wolf, from where you are, you're still in that main chamber with the bookcases. As Scory cuts those 2 red ones, you see that little arrow symbol grow a brighter blue, and then a brighter blue. And as you look down the hallway at the end, it's not giving off a purple color as much anymore. It's this much more blue color. It's still a little purple because there's still 2 mushrooms in there that are red, but it's giving off a different hue now.
Cut all the red mushrooms, Tailbroon.
You got it, boss. And I do that.
All
I
right.
make it Wolf when he calls me boss.
And you cut the other 2 red mushrooms down, and you see that arrow on the inside glows the same brightness as the other. The silver bowl begins to lift up from its setting.
Holy shit, Tailbroon, it's working.
I would say as you're kind of looking into the saucer with the water in there, you notice that reflection, and it looks like the bookcases are all hiding doorways.
Oh.
I fucking knew it.
You all see this? You're not in here. Get in here.
Which doorway?
The story would be the one that has to come in. You were in the mushroom cave, and so you
I got
head in and
mushrooms.
You notice the same thing.
Look here, Tailbroon, water, doorways behind the bookcases. Which one are we taking, Mr. Wolf?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
Does one look more promising in the water?
If we're going after a halfling, perhaps we should pick the one that most represents a halfling.
The dwarvish one. Unless there's a half.
Well, there was one that was like had dwarvish carving, and then there was another, I think, simpler, shorter one that had.
It was a very short one that had a lot of spaces for smaller books.
What do y'all think?
Feels too obvious, but let's do it.
Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, we just gotta make a choice.
Do you want to send your imp daddy in first?
Yeah. Ollie. Going behind this bookshelf.
behind the bookshelf. Sounds good. And just disappears behind the bookshelf. And as he does, it appears. Once he kind of goes through it, it breaks the illusion, and the illusion for all of them. And you notice, kind of looking through, it's just a simple doorway. The next chamber is right past it, and they actually all go to the same chamber. And he kind of telepathically says back to you, it says, there's a bunch of books in here. Bunch of books.
All right. Bunch of books, y'all. Let's head in and check it out.
Let's do this.
All right. As you enter this chamber, whatever door you'd like, you see at the far end of this chamber, those same roots kind of come down. Those petrified roots come down from the opposite wall into this room and just kind of fan out along the floor. To your left and ahead of you, there is books. Like piles of books, 5 feet high, 10 feet across. And there's probably about 4 or 5 of these massive piles. In the corner, it's stacked up against the wall, and it's like scrolls and notes and bound letters. And like against the wall, it goes up like 10, 15 feet, like it's been dropped down in here from somewhere. To your right is a small desk with kind of like a open book and a quill and pen there. None of the books seem to be near there except for that open blank journal.
God damn it. Wish that we had Ball and Riff here. I examine the desk and the book.
Okay. Looks like it's a journal of some sort. The pages that it's on right now are blank, but you go back a few pages and you start seeing writings. It would be in Sylvan, which I don't think that you read.
Oh wait, Sylvan though? Is that a Elfish language, or is that?
It's an older version of Elvish.
Okay, that's
But
not
it's
one of
its
the like
own
dialects
specific-
of Primordial or whatever.
No,
Okay.
But yeah, it's an ancient writing system of the elves in the Feywild.
All right. Well, we might have to have Adrian teach me later on. I'm sure he knows, but sadly, I do not. Any of y'all speak Sylvan?
No, I'm afraid not.
All right. I tuck the book away into my bag for, I don't know, Mr. Ball or Riff in my mind.
Okay.
I want to take a look at the scrolls and stuff that you said were laying about.
Yeah. You take a look at some of the scrolls. You open up a few of them. None of them are magical. It looks like they are all... a few of them you pick up in their orders for military members to go off somewhere. It's like a mission assignment.
Okay.
You open up a few more. They're requests for orders, things that, contracts to be signed for goods and services.
Interesting that these are down here. I
They
relay.
even seem recent.
Taking a look, you see a couple of them are dated. You find one that's from a few months ago. The next one you find is from 30 years ago. One of them is in Dwarvish, but is an old dialect of Dwarvish. Like the writing system is like 10 generations behind. There's a wide variety of writings in the books and letters that you see in here.
I tried to pocket a few, like that one in particular, and because I know that Riff had some books on military movement, and I'm just wondering if any of this corresponds.
Sure.
Recently. And I want to look up from there because you said it looks like these things have been dropped, like just piled up in here.
Yeah, it's kind of piled up in the corner of this room.
Okay. But the only way they could have gotten there is through the way that we came. Like there's no sort of hole or anything.
Give me an investigation check to try and kind of look through underneath where these books are, behind the walls and stuff. You got a 1?
I got a 1.
You got a 1. You get distracted. You find like a bound, like
I'm getting
just
dice.
like these love letters that you're kind of engrossed in as you're reading them. You forget to look for any sort of.
I find Dwarven Twilight somewhere and get
Yes.
enthralled.
Yeah. You got mushroom.
I feel like a
left.
1 in a place like this is like, now I have all the time in the world to read. My glasses, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arthur's at a complete loss in this room. He asks Ollie to kind of scout around, see if there's any path through here beyond kind of what we've seen.
Yeah. Have him make me an investigation check.
Oh, he just crit. Which is just a 20 total.
20 total. Okay. Yeah. You. Ollie kind of takes a look and dives into these books. You see them moving around a bit, kind of back and forth. With that, kind of comes up and says, "No, this is dead end. There's nothing down there. There's no other ways to go. There's nothing." Hey, is that who we're looking for? He kind of points across from you in the doorway behind. And you look back and you don't see him. They're like, no, behind the saucer. And you kind of squint your eyes a bit and you see this slight sliver of a hood just behind the saucer in that room.
That is him. Ollie, get him. Everybody, back to the other room. Quickly.
Yeah,
check.
get him.
Everyone roll for initiative, please.
All right.
I've been rolling stealth checks for that guy to just
Uh,
following behind you guys, and he rolled low recently, and Ollie found him.
thank God for Ollie.
12.
For Scory,
7.
7 for Wolf.
17 for Arthur and 19 for Ollie. Well, I guess
Ollie will just go
goes
after
on me.
you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was like, yeah, let's roll for Ollie. Hell yeah. Yeah, I forget that he's just a part of me.
Yeah. I think you do roll sometimes separately, but it's easier
yeah.
to do it all the same.
All good. Just a slip.
Arthur, you were up first. Yeah, Ollie kind of grabs the attention, and you're able to act immediately.
Okay.
Probably about 30 feet from you, through the archways. You've got kind of one of the bookcases moved to the side so that you can come in and out, and that's where you're seeing them through.
Okay.
Am I allowed to yell something?
What do you want to yell?
Shake and bake.
Absolutely, shake and bake.
I yell shake and bake.
I don't know what that means. However,
Yeah, you do.
do I?
You came up with the name.
Oh. So it's something I do?
It's something that we do in the name of Cord.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Shake and bake in the name of Cord, I shout.
All right.
And then what I do is I quicken a spell and I cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. and I try to grab a bitch.
All right.
I think he has to make a check, but sorry.
Tell me what check he's got to make.
Strength saving throw.
That is going to be a 22.
And he succeeded. However, I quickened my spell. I'd like to move within like 15 feet of him.
Okay, easy enough.
Cast lightning lure.
Okay.
Because I bonused action my thing, so I can do a cantrip.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You've got that saucer between you and the enemy.
Oh.
So most likely it's not going to pull it through the saucer.
I would settle if you would agree to maybe like, well, no, because that doesn't make any sense. I was going to say like maybe just like immobilizing him for like.
Yeah, I mean, I know it pulls the target towards you. You'd have to be at the right angle to be able to pull it in an open area.
All right,
it's got something blocking it.
I'm Eldritch blasting him then.
All right.
Oh, that ain't good. First one's 16.
16 is going to miss.
And the second one is a 14.
Is going to miss as well.
Wow. Just missed all my stuff.
Yeah. And you see, yes, kind of behind that little saucer, they've got a good amount of cover. What is Ollie doing?
He acts of his own accord unless I forsake one of my own attacks to attack. So he's just kind of probably flying around the room.
Okay. Sounds good. Scory, you are up next.
Oh boy. I would like to. How far away from us is he?
About 30 feet.
Can I move Ollie to like the other side of him? Would that be like okay?
Easy enough.
Okay. I promise I was looking this up. I just want to find the right thing here. I am going to cast Conjure Animals.
Okay.
A herd of elks.
I want to cast Conjure Animals, and I want to get 8 spiders.
Okay.
To crawl out, and get all up on them.
Let you do that. So yeah, you just kind of poof, and you've got this 8 spiders surrounding this guy. One of them's kind of got to take a back seat, or no, he can be on the saucer, able to attack there.
Even better.
And we'll say turn. We'll say they go right before you do.
Okay. So next round.
Next round, they'll be able to make their action.
Okay, and then I guess that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. It is.
I want to take cover if there is any.
Yeah, you can kind of get up next to the wall, and you're able to take cover there.
Okay.
It is this thing's turn, and it is going to look through the archway at you, Arthur, and is going to have you make a wisdom saving throw.
That is going to be a 10.
A 10. You are stunned until the end of your next turn. Or the end of its next turn, actually. Sorry. Which does drop the Maximilian's Earthen Grasp as you're stunned. It is then going to make 2 attacks on the spiders. One is going to miss, and the other is going to miss with some big time. What is do you have the spiders up?
I do, yeah.
I got a 9 and a 10.
Armor class 12.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, misses both of them. Is going to kind of no, he's got a bunch of spiders on him. He's not going to do nothing. He's going to stay right there. Wolf, you are up next.
Okay. I'm going to enter rage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run over to him and make 2 attacks. I'm gonna attack recklessly, and I'm gonna take a -5.
Okay. So you get over. You're able to step kind of over the small spiders, get right up next to them.
Yeah.
No cover from the saucer.
So here we go. And that's going to be an 18.
That will hit.
Nice. Okay, so let me do the damage here. So it'll be 20 slashing and then 5 radiant damage, so 25 damage.
Nice.
Wow.
And then I'm going to make my extra attack.
All right. So you come down hard and you hear bones smash underneath this thing's cloak. It's got kind of 2 daggers out, and you've got this sense of dread as you kind of get right next to them.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, it's got this aura that just weighs heavy on you.
Cool. And on this next attack, I won't take a -5, but I mean, I'm still doing reckless.
Yeah, no problem.
Sweet, and that is going to be a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Just reckon.
And that is going to be 16 slashing damage.
16. Yeah, and you come down again. They try and kind of maneuver out of the way, but you kind of come down with that sword, and it splashes radiant light out from it.
It's a great axe.
Great axe. So sorry. This great axe comes down, just like welding sparks come off of it, and as they kind of dodge out of the way, you just kick them to the ground before they can make any sort of maneuver away from you. Will that end your turn?
Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Arthur, you are up next. You are stunned. It is not fun. You kind of sit there just kind of like locked in place, just terrified of the enemy that Wolf is attacking right now. Do you want Ollie to do anything?
I would love it if I could, I don't think he can technically attack since I'm stunned, but maybe, have him, frolic in this person's, just mess with them. Get in their hair.
Ollie will take the aid action and just try and distract and interrupt the foe.
Yeah.
So gives advantage on kind of the next attack that happens. The spiders are up.
Yay. How do you want me to do this? Because there's so many of them.
Just do an attack on each one,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you summon animals, you gotta be prepared to basically be a DM for a little bit.
Let's see, what is there? 2.
That's the pro and cons of summoning spells.
So a 10 and a 12.
Those are gonna miss.
Okay. Jeez. A 12 and an 11.
Miss and miss.
2, 4. Okay. An 8 and a 9.
Those are both misses.
Here we go.
Last 2.
This is worthless. Oh, there we go. Natural 20 and a 12.
Okay, the natural 20 definitely hits. Let's do that damage.
Okay.
That's full damage, and then roll the dice.
So, 2 piercing damage, and then 4 poison plus another 2 poison.
So you see these 8 spiders just crawling all over this little skeletal creature, just flings them off away. They don't do much except for one that kind of slowly climbs up on his kind of back shoulder and then just sinks their teeth into the odd skeletal body inside. It is your turn now, Scory.
Yay. Okay. And is he still prone, or was he knocked down?
Not hasn't been knocked prone. Still standing up.
Well, that changes things. I am going to attempt to create a bonfire right where his feet are.
With the saucer, it's kind of in the way. You're going to have to get into the room to be able to do that.
Oh. Is he touching the saucer at all? Is he...
No, doesn't look like it.
I'll move however I need to move then. And
Yeah,
try to...
you kind of get in, take about 15, 20 feet of movement, and you're able to do that.
Cool.
He is going to make his save, though, and it does not take any damage from the fire.
A 14 dex?
Okay. A 24.
Okay, yeah.
Saving throw on the dex.
He's very dexterous. Finding.
It's annoying.
Very dexterous, yeah. But the fire is lit underneath him there.
Okay.
There's the spiders. It's its turn. The spiders didn't do much. It sees one enemy in front of it, and it's going to look over at you first, Scory, and have you make a wisdom saving throw. See if you can get rid of these spiders.
9 total.
9 total. So you are stunned until the end of his next turn as well. Spiders drop, and then is going to make 2 attacks against the wolf. Oh my goodness! No, this is terrible. This guy has such a plus to hit. 14, wolf.
No.
Oh my god! Both of them miss. Then tries to stab at you, misses. It was just paying attention to Scory and the fear and trying to instill upon them.
Puny.
Yeah. It is your turn, Wolf.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. We're recklessing, and then taking a -5.
Okay.
15.
That just hits.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, jeez, that's such a terrible damage roll. So 18 slashing and 9 radiant. So a total of 27 damage.
You bring your great axe down on this little skeleton creature and just turns to bones. A pile of bones on the floor. You've done, over 70 plus damage to this little creature.
And the hunt is over.
Hunt is over. Okay, then we're going to call it right there. And we'll pick up back at the camp next episode. Thank you guys for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. I've been your DM, Alex, and with me has been...
Dash is Wolf.
It is Arthur.
Caleb is Scory Telbrin.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.